This one could get sweary. Apologies in advance. I'm supposed to be talking about books on this channel. Normally, I'd start with, hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. My name is Claudia and here's a book I've read and want to talk about. Oh look, there's a cat, aren't they cute? That's not what's going to happen today, because for the last week and a half, I've been completely distracted from reading by the giant amount of bullshit that's going on in the British Parliament at the moment. Oh look, here's a cat, isn't she cute? So let me just vent. And I realise that this is going to be so irrelevant to most of my viewers because, well, the majority of you are Americans and you are happily away from all of this, although, you know, you've got your own problems, I'm sure. And a lot of other people who watch my channel do not watch for the politics. And that's fine. And I really, really wish that I could not care about politics. I really wish I was like many of my friends, work colleagues and family that I know that barely know who the Prime Minister is and just about maybe get a glance of the headlines on their phones. But the truth is, the shit that's going on in this government is affecting me personally like nothing else any government has ever done. So let me catch you up if you are American or not entirely sure what exactly is going on. Yesterday, the lower house in the British Parliament, the House of Commons, was supposed to have voted on a deal for Brexit. So the UK, currently being a member of the EU, has foolishly decided 2 years ago that they want to quit, and now they're trying to push that through. So they were supposed to vote on that yesterday. Then the Prime Minister Theresa May called off the vote. Today, this morning, there is the announcement of a leadership challenge from her own party. So now it's very much chaos. And I realized today how fucking privileged I've been in the past with political chaos, because I was enjoying it like a soap opera. I was sitting there watching the news channel, having a grand old time about all of the fuck-ups of the government. And today that is not possible because this is deciding my future. This is deciding my life, and this is deciding obviously without me having any power or input, but you know, we're used to that from politics, but also with such uncertainty that I can't even plan out what I'm going to do next year. For a bit of context, I realized that this is so confused, and I mean, very clearly I have not scripted or prepared this in any way. I am a German with an Italian passport, living in the UK, married to an Englishman. I mean, even this arrangement would not have been possible without the European Union, right? So my parents moved from Italy to Germany in the late 80s. I was born there, and I've been able to live in Germany, even though they haven't accepted me as a citizen, which means I haven't got the right to vote there. But I've been able to live and work there. I've been able to travel from Germany to Italy and to all other European countries. When I travelled to London many years ago, I met an Englishman, decided to marry him some years later. But before that, he actually moved to Germany. We were living in Germany. That would not have been possible without the European Union. It's a shame Bill isn't here to give his side of the story, but basically what happened was he came to visit me one day in Germany and then just landed a job. So he flew back and packed his suitcase and moved in a week later. This would not have been possible without the European Union. Then, some years after that, we decided to move to the UK. So I ended up becoming a student here in Wales, getting married here in Wales. None of this would have been possible without the European Union. So now I am working here on minimum wage, crappy job, but whatever, I'll take it. And I don't know if any of these things are going to be possible for me after Brexit. For example, I am doing a part-time PhD at the university here. Now, this is a lot more difficult to do if you are from outside of the EU in terms of funding and in terms of the living situation. And I can hear you trolls saying, well, if you don't like it now, then leave. Yes, thank you, I will. I will actually. I'm planning to next year go to a country that values my taxes a lot more than this one does. This whole Brexit disaster is the single most important reason why Bill and I are moving back to Germany, likely next year. It should make you all sad. It should make you British specifically sad that so many people like me are feeling this way. But the way I see it is, hey, at least I have an escape plan, because a lot of British people are just going to be stuck here. They're going to be stuck here through this leadership challenge. They're going to be stuck here through a potential right-wing Jacob Rees-Mogg or Boris Johnson Prime Minister. They're going to be stuck here through a potential no-deals Brexit, which means that you are basically fucked. Because despite what Conservatives have been telling the news all morning about WTO rules being a deal, it's an option that makes your already tiny economy even worse off. And the thing that I don't understand about the British is this weird imperialist, colonialist mentality that seems to have just carried straight through from the 19th century of everyone lining up to do trade deals with the UK. This is not true. I don't understand how it got to this point. Coffee. Will you still be able to enjoy that after Brexit? Who knows, better stockpile now. The entire political system in this country does not work. It works for some. It works for Boris Johnson. It works for privately educated elites who are able to just slide into parliament and rule. And the reason why it doesn't work is because of your stupid first past the post voting system. It's because of your the archaic way that Parliament is run. Fun fact, the biggest upset in Parliament yesterday was not Theresa May calling off a completely democratic vote. It was some guy stealing a ceremonial mace and then putting it back again. This is a country that prides itself more on its stupid traditions and on its imperialist, violent past than on sense and cooperation and compromise like any other civilized nation. And I have had enough of it. And the only reason why I can't be completely heartless about this and go, bye Felipe, is because I have friends and family here. You know, I have friends who are students who don't know what's going to happen with their future career paths. I have friends who are planning big steps in life, marriage, buying a house, having children. They don't know what's going to happen to them. I feel for the people who don't have a way out, but I do, and that's why I'm going to escape. And that's literally how I see it. I need to get away from here because this country is going downhill very fast and I don't want to be part of the collateral damage that is being caused entirely by politicians. Politicians playing with people, politicians lying to people. And yes, I'm talking about the Brexit campaign. And I know it's a bit iffy to say that the people who voted for Brexit have made a mistake, but I truly believe that if those people had a TARDIS and could go in the future, they would very much change their minds. While all of this is going on, here I am, filled with anxiety, not being able to actually focus on the work I should be doing for my PhD, not being able to focus on reading, to focus on making good content for this channel. I have nothing more to say on this. I'm going to... I wish I could just turn the news off and ignore what's going on. But it's not going to actually change what's going on, and it's not going to change the effect that these developments have on my life. We are living in really difficult times right now, and while we can't do much to change that, we can do enough to keep ourselves informed and to prepare for the worst. So, what was the point of this video? I don't fucking know. But you can probably expect me to get back to books fairly soon and talk about things that you've actually subscribed for. Thank you for watching. Bye. 4 years in the UK. all it takes to turn me into a socialist, eh?